My mother said that my father could run along that wire. She said he escaped from Bonington once by going up that wooden thing. There, in the middle, Bonington followed, but he fell right off. Snigger flagged an eager tail. He wouldn't mind having a turn on that wire, but games could wait until Conker was safe. He squinted at the sycamore tree, trying to pick out the shape of a crow. The sycamore branches struggled in the wind. Karaticus wasn't among them. Which way? Conker asked. Snigger turned his attention to the pile of rocks on the far side of the garden. Behind those rocks lay food and shelter. One good run and Conker would be safe. All they had to do was cross the lawn. Muttered David, sitting back, frowning. He drummed his fingers on the mouse pad a moment. Crossing the lawn would be dangerous in daylight. A sharp-eyed crow would spot them with ease. They'd go around the borders, wouldn't they? Take cover among the leafier plants? Then again, Liz's garden was long and narrow, so maybe a quick dash would be better, despite the risk of sudden attack. Undecided, he consulted Gadzooks. The dragon seemed to have sharpened his pencil. In a flash, David pictured him scribbling something unexpected. Bonington. David glanced over his shoulder at the cat. Bonington was staring rigidly at the window. His ears were prickled. His copper eyes were wide on full alert. "What's the matter?" David said, reaching out to stroke him. Bonington snaked away. He leapt off the bed, scuttled to the door, and immediately started to paw the frame. David frowned. This was very odd. Why would Gadzooks write Bonington's name when Bonington had nothing to do with the story? He started to type again. "I think we should go across the lawn," said Snigger. Conker's whiskers started to twitch. He studied the long expanse of grass. "We'll run to the bird feeder first," Snigger added, "and hide in the shadows until you're ready." "A row, row!" Bonington yelled. His claws screeched against the painted door. David winced, but continued typing. Snigger hopped onto the edge of the lawn. The sky was a swimming, cloudy blue. He checked the chimney holes, the treetops, the gutters, the fence posts, all the places where a bird might perch. He couldn't see Karaticus anywhere. Warily, he started to make his move. From somewhere in the garden, Lucy shouted, "Mom, quick, look over there." "Oh, yes," said Liz. "Well, I never." David paused and glanced through the window. Lucy and your mom were out of sight, somewhere near the kitchen. By the sound of it, unable to see what it was that they'd spotted. He shrugged and went back to the story again. Snigger turned back toward the flower bed. "Oh, no, he's going," Lucy said faintly. "If he comes," said Snigger, "I'll lead him away." "No," cried Conker, "he'll get you for sure." Snigger glanced at the clothesline. "I'll run along the wire." "No," chattered Conker, panting with fright. "He'll follow me first, then you can escape. Just look for the rocks and the acorns in the grass. You can scent your way from there." "It's too dangerous," Conker protested. But Snigger was already on the move, heading for the bird feeder in the middle of the lawn. In the garden, Lucy clapped her hands. "Look, Mom, see, I told you, I told you." "Run and get David," David heard Liz say. "Oh, please, not now," he groaned. "Not when I'm at the crucial—" "Ugh!" A scream rang out like a fire alarm. David was on his feet so fast his chair toppled over and hit the floor. He turned to the window. Liz's face filled the pane. "Quickly," she beckoned, rapping the glass. David whipped around by the door. Bonington was hissing and spitting as if a large gang of tomcats had invaded the room. Suddenly, Lucy burst in, gasping so much she could hardly speak. Bonington shot past her into the hall. "What's going on?" David asked. "He's here," Lucy panted, heaving at the effort. "Who's here?" "Caraticus." David's shoulders turned to ice. "He saw Snigger on the lawn. He's trying to get him." David's mouth turned to spill the words. "But that's impossible. I'm just writing that—" "Come on," Lucy screamed. "He's going to kill him." She shook her fists and ran. For a moment, David was too stunned to move. He stared at the computer, then at Gadzooks. "You knew," he said. "You were trying to warn me." And he turned and hurtled after Lucy. Now we're on page 216, Conquer Found.